As there are allegations that Rasheeda and Kirk's contract was terminated and they were expelled from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, there is a lot of drama going on there. As a result, you ladies need to prepare for this tale. As revealed by the production, team sources, executive producer Mona Scott had had enough of the couple's antics, which included them acting out of character, breaching contracts, having tantrums, and, get this, feeling untouchable for a moment. Nevertheless, Mona eventually realized she could not put up with them and ended their deal. For those unaware, Rasheeda had made a name for herself as a well-known rapper from the South, gaining notoriety for her skill as a rapper, and her model-like looks meant that both Kirk and Rasheeda were already well-known in hip-hop circles when they joined Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for its first season. Behind the scenes, Kirk also played a big part as her manager and husband. Rasheeda joined Love and Hip Hop Atlanta at a time when her career was just beginning. They too became admirers very fast. Favored. After a while, they came to symbolize every aspect of the franchise: controversy, betrayal, drama, and fidelity. The highlight of the play was their messy marriage, with Rasheeda's unwavering forgiveness and Kirk's incapacity to keep his personal stuff in his pants. We had assumed that things couldn't get any messier when Kirk became pregnant with Jasmine. Following a DNA test, he acknowledged being the father despite initially trying to deny it. But while viewers prepared for the drama, the upcoming program was guaranteed to air on multiple media outlets. Revealed that once Mona Scott legally ended their contracts, Rasheeda and Kirk were fired from the show. Insiders revealed how the team was dealing with problems behind the scenes. According to insiders, Rasheeda had become challenging to work with, and Kirk and she were slowing down the production. The sources revealed that Rasheeda wanted more control over how she was portrayed on the program. She even refused to film scenes that didn't fit the picture she intended to project, therefore pushing back some storylines. The producers then took off, disappointed because Rasheeda, who had previously tolerated the drama, was suddenly dismissing everything that she thought was fake or bad for her reputation. Rasheeda was allegedly leaving meetings with a superiority complex, even claiming that she no longer required the show, and Kirk wasn't making matters any better. Due to his tardiness to production, there was reportedly conflict with the new cast members. He was treated as if the production owed him something, and he was even informed openly by one crew member that he was superior to everyone else. Never even understand me. Started with the ominous allegations of unpaid appearance fees and secret brand agreements that were unconstitutional. The situation swiftly went from 0 to 100, to be honest. They were once a power couple but have since turned into a management nightmare. They brought drama to the show, attracted new viewers, and, let's face it, all hip-hop and love fans like them. So Mona wasn't going to fire them despite all of the conflicts and contract problems. It was different this time, even though Mona is used to battling. At last, however, patience gave out. It reached its peak according to individuals close to the production. Tension was already high during the sequence, which was supposed to focus on Kirk's new business endeavor. The planned shot quickly fell into chaos. Rasheeda reportedly arrived confused and immediately argued with the producer about the scene setup. She said the crew tried to make her look weak on camera and refused to record what she perceived as a fake narrative. Security had to step in to defuse the argument as it descended into a shouting match, according to crew members. Then Kurt stepped in, backing Rasheeda and telling the filmmakers to stop shooting. He even demanded the scenario be scrapped over the phone with network authority, which cost the production thousands of dollars. No video from what should have been a normal filming day was available, and the crew was under a lot of stress. Insiders claim that after Mona's outburst at the production team, her relationship with Kirk and Rasheeda declined dramatically. They only communicated on business matters after that. And let's be honest, we can all see why Mona kept They Lasted so long on the show because they were a fan favorite. But even Mona has her breaking point. Kirk and Rasheeda finally pushed her too far. Everything went horribly wrong this time. The crew was set to film a scene on Kirk's new business endeavor, but things quickly went south when Rasheeda allegedly showed up already upset, according to an insider. The insider says she immediately fell in love with the producer and accused them of trying to make her look on tape. It is said that Rasheeda declined to shoot until major changes were made to the whole plot is referred to as fake in the script. When the team began shouting at one another, it was necessary to call security to defuse the situation because it was so intense. Kirk stepped in, dragged Rasheeda away, and gave the producers the order to halt the part. Even though it cost the production thousands of dollars, he called network officials and demanded that the section be terminated. No film, a stressed team, and unanswered calls marked the end of an apparently routine day of production. That's when Mona realized that this wasn't sabotaging was the sole drama on TV. According to the sources, Mona met in private with her legal team and production, and instead of focusing only on that one outburst, they discussed a pattern of disrespect and repeated violations of the show's rules. The fact that the production has no intention of providing Kirk and Rasheeda with the proper exit they may have previously earned simply makes things more difficult. Yes, they may have written a staged farewell to wrap up their storylines in a classy manner, but after all the drama, animosity toward the crew, and disputes with the performers, the group determined that they should no longer be contacted. Then they were done with their characters. It was to overlook the fact that Mona Scott was stealing from the production by signing endorsement deals with companies that were rivals to Love and Hip Hop's sponsors, despite her best efforts to disregard Kirk and Rasheeda's excesses. The source claims that because the endorsement deal was in violation of their contract, Mona Kirk gave Kirk and Rasheeda instructions to cease it. Upon their refusal, she had little option but to her legal team terminated their agreements. Speak with them. I believe that Kirk and Rasheeda's behavior was driven by the reality that they were more than just Love and Hip Hop cast members. Their established brand needed to be protected. Their brand was established thanks to Love and Hip Hop, but since she now needs to protect herself, following any script could lead to a conflict of interest. Identify her on-screen identity, which is incompatible with Love and Hip Hop, because they must follow scripts. When Rasheeda was fired, Mona Scott viewers began talking after Kirk stole from her, with one commenter saying, "The entire show needs to shut down." The absurdity of these plots is becoming overwhelming. The days of reality shows are finished. It's time to start something new. I stated, it's time for Rasheeda and Kurt to leave the show during their break, after Jasmine, who had a son with Kurt, appeared on the show. The young folks have a lot more to lose than the other competitors because they are married and have businesses, so it's quite hard to watch. Especially clever of him, he's trying to look indifferent. The way he pretended to be indifferent made his ass seem dull. I simply remember him as sly, uninteresting, and dishonest all the time. Do you think Mona Scott would choose to pass on Rasheeda and Kirk and continue? Or would she give them another chance at the show given their popularity? Kindly watch the next video and then leave a comment below.